Now, guys, we know that football is your specialism, but we're going to switch tack now as we head to the back page of the Times. And yes, it looks like this. Sweeney, we may move to Milton Keynes. No, he's not talking about his family home. He's talking about the RFUs and the home of rugby, Twickenham. Obviously, England have played there for well over a century. But it sounds like he's sort of firing a bit of a warning shot, Carl, to those who think that, you know, they're always going to be there. But it's all down to, surprise, surprise, money. Can you maybe just explain this story for us, first of all?
Yes. So Twickenham is only allowed to host 3 non-rugby events a year in its setting, and they are a reduced capacity of 55,000 compared to the usual, I want to say 82,000. Please correct me if I'm wrong there. Capacity there. The RFU are not pleased about that, or would like to renegotiate that deal so they can host more non-sporting events, more concerts, things like Beyonce, or if Taylor Swift or if any other large musician comes to tour in London, they'd like Twickenham to be an option rather than them going to, say, the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium or to Wembley Stadium, for example. And this is the RFU politely saying, if you don't give us what we want, we'll pack our things and go off to Milton Keynes, like a certain other sports brand once did once. In my personal opinion, this is a foolhardy threat from the RFU. They have a quite annoying tendency, and I'm speaking as a former amateur rugby player, they have an annoying tendency to forget the world that they currently exist in, and then get caught up in short-term profits rather than long-term game. I think you lose a lot of mystique and importance to rugby, English rugby's history, by moving from Twickenham, and making such a threat is just quite unwise.
Is it, you know, just a little bit of a false threat, Miguel? I mean, you know, Twickenham, Twickers, HQ, however you call it, it's just synonymous with English rugby, with the England team, with Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, etc. And you know, the idea, with all due respect to Milton Keynes, of moving there, just feels like it doesn't sort of fit. And you know, obviously, as Carter's alluded to there, just simply this situation with Richmond Borough, of not being able to put on any more concerts there, that, you know, pales into insignificance when you look at the likes of Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and Wembley in particular, you know, who have a pretty packed diary with these sorts of things.
Yeah, I mean, both yourself and Carl have touched upon it there. Given the history of the stadium, given its, you know, its symbolism, its significance to English rugby, all that history wrapped up in it, everything associated with it, and also how much stock rugby as a sport places in its sense of history in a way, it's hard not to see this as anything but a game of chicken and a warning and a kind of an attempt at leverage. Can anyone really seeing them move? No, as Carl said, but maybe that is tempered by the reality we're in. I mean, I suppose there's 2 elements here. One is actually the evolution of stadiums in the modern era. And it's interesting how we've so quickly gone from a few years ago where people talking about how stadiums are sort of going to be the thing of the past as kind of digital takes over and your real fan base is wherever you are in the world, where it's actually gone the opposite direction, where stadiums have become one of the major money spinners in sport, or rather, crucially, owning your own stadium has become one of the major money spinners in sport, because you can kind of spin it out into all manner of events. And they're not just sporting arenas anymore, they're event arenas. And as Carl has mentioned, the massive example of this has been Tottenham Hotspur. Everyone wants their own Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Now, of course, the flip side of that, if they were actually to move to Milton Keynes, I mean, London is the premier event venue for a reason, given its, you know, its status as an Alpha Plus global city and all that sort of thing, where it attracts these sort of events. So there are pros and cons, maybe temper some of some English rugby's argument there. But again, that comes in the other context of this, which is English rugby generally, I mean, more so in the club game, it's going through a financial crisis right now. So they have to start looking at different solutions. So yeah, there's a lot into this. I mean, you know, gut-wise, you can't really see them moving, but maybe kind of the gut has to give way to some more logical thought processes here.
Yeah, and the pragmatism ultimately. And as you say, I mean, you know, rugby union is one of those sports that's always struggled to sort of market itself, even like with everyone chasing long form episodic content. You know, Full Contact has not been as successful as, you know, the other one, obviously Drive to Survive, but also Full Swing and Breakpoint and the other ones we've seen across the other major sports.